everyone, Hound here with another Vikings War of Clans video. So as promised, I'm going to be doing a series where I explain the different strategies that exist in the game. So the aim that I have with this series is to do a beginner's guide slash something that many other players don't know about the game. In a sense, I just want to give out some information on how we use certain strategies within our clan and how those strategies could be applied to your clan. So currently the one event that's happening, if we go to our events, in the upcoming battles we can see that there's a clans battle that's going to happen between us and another really good clan. So if you guys look at the clans battles reports, you can see that they have 48 to 7 win to loss ratio, which is really close to what we have. We have 51 to 3. It's not too far, but they do have a good clan. So they are going to give us a good fight, and we know that with the clans battles, if we go through the different tasks that we have to go through, usually this first task doesn't get won at all. It usually goes 0 to 0. No clan wants to risk this. Similarly with the place of power, usually it goes 0 to 0, which leaves the clans battle stronghold, which in my opinion is just a coin flip, coin toss. There is a lot of uncertainty as to who will win this, and it will be really close because in my opinion their alliance will end up not hitting us, and most likely than not we will end up not risking it and hitting them. So it's just a coin toss. One clan is going to get the win here. This then leaves us with the killing enemy warriors, which if you guys know how this system works, half of the score goes up here and the other half goes down here. And inevitably the clan that wins the coin toss will end up winning this too. So at this point, if my clan loses these 2 points, the enemy will have 2, and the fight really boils down to these last 3. So one of them is hunting invaders, ghosts, and yielding resources. One thing that many alliances end up not doing, and I think that applies to almost every alliance should not do this, is yield resources, because as I mentioned, this first task, you don't want to lose it at all, because then you will end up losing the CVC most likely. And as a result of not wanting to do that, many alliances end up not yielding any resources. So then that leaves us with hunting invaders and ghosts, and sometimes it takes days on end where you just have to be online constantly hunting ghosts and invaders. If you have a lot of energy, it might be best to just kill off ghosts with one hit. But some people don't want to waste their energy, so it does make sense to just stay online and hit as many ghosts and invaders as possible. And that's one of the tasks that we have to try to win in order to win the CVC. The other really important task is training, healing, resurrecting warriors. So if you guys remember what my influence was before the Jotunheim event, it was way larger than this. Granted, my influence isn't small at all, but most of my troops have been lost, and I will end up losing even more if the other alliance decides to fight with us in the clans battle for the stronghold. And that means that I do have a lot of space for myself to train troops as per need. So I might end up training a lot more than I need. I might end up training less depending on how the coin toss goes here. We may have to win this 100%, or we may be able to afford to lose it. And then finally, it leaves us with the increasing of influence and developing the clan stronghold. Once again, developing the clan stronghold is probably the best way to get points here, because not a lot of maxed players have buildings where they can increase their influence. So what ends up happening is many alliances end up using their members where they transform 5 different resources at the same time just to stack a lot of points in this task, and they do it overnight. They do it for the duration of the CVC. So these tasks keep moving back and forth. What I like to do personally before CVC is demolish all my buildings. So as you guys can see on the left hand side, I've demolished all my manors, the ones that give me silver, and all the other buildings that I have on the right hand side, other than these top 4, I will end up demolishing also. So what this gives me is a chance to build all of these buildings back up. Granted, it's not cheap to keep doing this. One advantage to doing it is you end up doing the planner achievement, which is really big for for an alliance. It's not a cheap achievement, everyone knows that. But doing this gives me around 400 billion points in the CVC after burning all my buildings. And the 400 billion points could be hours saved instead of having to transform resources. We do end up transforming resources, don't get me wrong in that department. We definitely do end up transforming resources, but getting a 400 billion push during the CVC is a big point for every alliance. And imagine having 10, 20, 50 people do this in your alliance, you suddenly get a massive bonus in that task. And the reason I'm making this video is to first of all show what this task does and talk about it, obviously, just as a guide of how important the task is, but also to tell you guys that probably some of you do know about this, right? Some of you do end up doing it because you want to do the planner achievement and you know how big of an impact this has. Some people really don't know about this stuff, and they think that once all your buildings are done, you really don't want to demolish them, and they end up not doing it. The benefit of the task really outweighs the cost of resources. So it does make sense to demolish all your buildings and go back and build them back up again during the CVC, because that 400 billion points is a massive advantage. Along with that, you also get points in your personal achievement, which if your clan doesn't fight a lot, 400 billion points is quite a lot and gets you through, I think, almost halfway. Whoops, personal achievement. It gets you near almost halfway, so you get around the 7-8 margin. You could train or build a little bit more or kill invaders and get the 8, which is really good. Since many people don't fight in CVC, it ends up being just a battle of who ends up spending more time in the game. So if we don't do this, if our players don't end up decreasing their buildings and then building them back up, it might just be a battle of which one of us transforms more resources throughout the 2 days that we have. And again, that could lead to a lot of uncertainty. Granted, I'm 100% sure the other alliance also will be doing the same strategy. And the reason it's important for us to also do it is because if we don't do the same strategy, then they will have the advantage over us. They will suddenly get a big boost, and then we have to close the gap with transformations, probably transforming for the next 2 days, whereas they could just build up on that gap because now they had that extra gap to build up on. So I pretty much just wanted to make a short video explaining how we go about fighting with our clans battles and how we look at the different categories within the clans battle. And just to share this knowledge with you guys. Let me know if you did know about this trick and if you do it. And if you do enjoy the video, I do recommend to subscribe to the channel and leave a like and comment below. That's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.